Greetings, Rummus Malachi, creator and writer of Tamahunites comics, also chief executive of Miroglyphics. Allow me to shout out a disclaimer so that no one will get upset. This is a work of fiction. Names, characters, businesses, places, events, and incidents are either the products of the author's imagination or used in a fictitious manner. Any resemblance to the actual persons, living or dead, or actual event is purely coincidental. In the beginning, there was only one race of humans that transcended from the galaxy and the cosmic regions of outer space. Their chakras were aligned in perfect form and were able to astral plane. Their thoughts only consisted of conscious thinking because there wasn't any physical or mental state of mind. These millennium beings were from another dimension and would later become ancestors to their offspring on planet Earth. They had extraordinary powers and fertilized their matter into the soil of the Earth. Their millennium cells would illuminate after direct contact from crystals and would feed their chakras pure energy. These millennium beings would be granted life on planet Earth with the life expectancy of 1,000 years and would later become known as the Aboriginals until they began to eat the flesh of animals that violated with the laws of nature, that caused their pineal glands to be blocked, and only their mental state of consciousness became a new form of awareness. They couldn't access their third eye, and their chakras became unbalanced. Another penalty from violating the law of nature involved an outbreak of vertigo and leprosy that traces back thousands of years ago in Egypt and even before the Romans and Greeks existed. Vertigo is a skin pigmentation disorder in which melanocytes, the cells that makes pigment in the skin, are destroyed. As a result, white patches appear on the skin in different parts of the body. Now, the Egyptians and other nations of color decided to kill these individuals because of their uncontrolled conditions. But the Egyptian emperor had a change of heart after the queen gave birth to a son who had albinism. The son was hidden from the other Egyptians and remained a secret, but he still decided to send these men and women to the Caucus Mountains. Egyptians and other nations of color studied science, math, reading, and writing. These outcasts remembered everything they was taught by their superiors and continued to pass their knowledge given to them for several centennials. The Aboriginals and the Egyptians had reached a high state of civilization long before the Neanderthals, whose offspring yet wondered how and why the pyramids were built, emerged from the cave life. The white-skinned nomadic Tamahu were a strange people to the black Egyptians. They had no apparent skill except troublemaking. Little did the Egyptian know what their contact with the Tamahu would lead to. A few hundred years later, a new breed of humans would later be called Caucasians. This is a derivative of the Caucus Mountains. Before a new millennium opens, an angel named Kushitema appears in the caves of the Caucus Mountains. He calls 8 Caucasians to receive an anointing. And inside the cave of the Caucus Mountains emerges a crystallized fortress that breaks through the stones underneath the earth's surface. They will be called to battle against injustice, inequality, and eliminate the threat of genocide to any race that faces danger. After the 8 chosen Tamahunites receive their supernatural powers, each of them steps inside the oasis after it transforms to the sparkling blue crystallized water. They secretly leave the Caucus Mountain and slaughter a local tribe of color. These 8 Caucasians are now on a mission to destroy the Egyptian nation, but the creator of the universe sends Kushitema to punish these 8 Tamahunites for violating the sacred oath. Kushitema arrives with 12 other angels with swords, and they slay the 8 Tamahunites, then take their remains back to the Caucus Mountains. Now let's go a little deeper. They lay their deceased bodies around the fortress, and the crystallized stones vaporizes their bodies. The crystallized fortress goes back underneath the earth's surface. Kushitema speaks to the citizens of the Caucus Mountains and then warns them about the consequences of creating a master race or promoting genocide. Kushitema warns them about the rise of 8 chosen warriors who will be the replicate of their own race. These chosen Tamahunites will consist of 2 Millennium warriors, 2 Vertigals, 2 albinos, and 2 mixed humans of black and white race origins. A few seconds later, Kushitema and his 12 angels vanish and returns back to the universe. Now it is time for these 8 chosen warriors to show and prove that they are worthy to become the Tamahunites.
Knights, we came to fight. Lead from the front. The life of a soldier curves until it becomes a slit. Loose ends start blazing when they fight crackers lit. Explosive impact transforms to the sound of thunder. You can't sink or swim in the wild blue yonder. Falling! After the explosion, missiles begin to crack. Hand over chest is a sudden impact that induces a heart attack. Sound waves gravitates on rough terrain. Carcass is the scum of the earth that keeps clogging the drain. Catalabano, ready for war! Tura Knights, we came to fight. Lead from the front. The warrior's code is defend to the end. They promise to keep and never break, standing on shaky grounds, even unstable like an earthquake. Trapezoidals travels around the world as the portal spins in a circular rotation, dressed right and covered down in the military formation. Tura Knights, we came to fight. Tura Knights, we came to fight. Caucus retreat after hearing the battle cries. From Asia to Mecca, I can see the glow in their eyes. Snap, crack, pop, a unique sound that rumbles like an echo. Millennium warriors, get ready, it's time to go.